Hi everyone, so we're camping in the Okanagan and we will share this trip with you in our next video. But in this particular video, we're going to talk about preparing our van for winter.
So when we start looking at Winterize, obviously the first thing is to actually replace all the water in your water lines and your water tank with RV antifreeze, and we've done that in a previous video. And also we'll put a link to Roadtrek's website where they actually have a nice video and also a great PDF that covers the whole winterization process in detail, which I think will be a value to anyone that actually has a Roadtrek Zion. There's the antifreeze component, and that's something that we can do fairly quickly. We'll be doing that shortly as the winter season approaches. But the other thing that I finally got around to, as we've had the van for a few years, is putting some insulation in the back doors and in the side door. Now, if you've watched some of our previous videos, you know that's one of our criticisms of our van, is that it actually can get quite cold. It is a 3-season van. I mean, that's what it's designed for. And we have some van hacks, if you will, that we do to help keep the van a little bit warmer in the winter season. But I finally got around to taking the panels off the back door and off the side door, checking to see what insulation was there, and the short answer is very little. Yeah, none to very little. I didn't film a lot of it, largely because I was doing it by myself, but you'll see a few clips. When you look at the back doors, there's virtually no insulation in the lower section. And then when you actually undo the upper section, there's a little bit of foam insulation up there, but again, not very much. So in both those areas, I put in some insulation. There's a variety of insulation that people use. Some people use rock wool, some will use a natural wool. I can't remember the name of it. We'll put up the name. And I chose Thinsulate because a lot of van builders tend to use it. The side door was similar. There was a little bit of insulation in the lower portion of the side door. So again, I simply added the Thinsulate. Does it make a lot of difference? To be honest, I don't know, but I'm sure it adds some, and it does make a bit of a difference. If you live in Canada, Thinsulate's hard to find, and there is actually a van builder in Penticton that actually sells online, and they'll ship it to you very quickly. The only problem is I literally have twice as much as I need. So I'm going to look at it and see how the works holds up over the course of the next few months. And in some areas, if we have the space, I may just literally double the insulation so I can use some of it. The other thing I wanted to mention is if you're going to do the work, it's handy to have always the right tools. We picked this up on Amazon. It wasn't very expensive. But the tool that actually was really helpful for me was this. It just slides under the pins, popped out. It was easily done, and you could do it with a screwdriver, but I just thought this tool just worked really nicely and didn't scratch any of the plastic material. So
one other spot that we lose heat in is through the fan vent.
Yes, you can buy some commercial covers, but we're going to actually just simply make one with some of the leftover Thinsulate that we have because we have so much.
And we'll probably use some of the leftover to create some window covers as well.
Our envision is that we'll create almost like pillows that are thin enough to just fit in the windows themselves, and then that way we'll significantly reduce the heat loss there. Two van hacks that we have found to be really effective, and if you've watched some of our previous videos, you'll have seen us use one. We use IKEA shower curtains, and we hang them across the sliding door, and it significantly reduces any level of draft. Like personally, I think it makes a bigger difference than adding insulation. And then we sometimes will also hang a similar shower curtain between the front cab and the rest of the van. And what that does too is that if we do use our furnace, it just makes it easier to heat up a smaller space, and it seems to work. Both seem to work really well. And actually what we've done for the back is something similar, but instead we went out and bought an inexpensive synthetic sleeping bag, and we've put in some Velcro dots on the back mosquito screen. And sleeping bag is basically a rectangular bag when you completely unzip it, and Mickey sewed little circular Velcro dots. So we have the sleeping bag that we open up, hang on the back, the Velcro tabs connect, and it actually is really effective at keeping the van quite a bit warmer. We even use it in the summer if we're in higher elevations and it's getting cool, but it works quite well.
Yeah, I think the main source of the draft is underneath the door. There's a little bit of opening, so the main thing is that we cover it all the way down to the floor.
Yeah, so it works well. It keeps out the draft and it provides some insulation, and so that's worked really well. And the final thing I just wanted to mention, and again, we've seen us use this in the summer, and this is the little metal screens that you can put in your driver and or passenger's window, and they have a metal insert that goes in over top of the glass, and they have mosquito screening in it, and it's also got little levers so when it rains nothing can get in. So even in the winter time or even when it's cold, you have to leave some ventilation in your van. If you have a Roadtrek Zion, the windows tend to be, if you open them and it rains, you're going to get some moisture in, so this works really well for that. In the winter, they work quite nice to just leave a little bit of fresh air coming in. And if you think it's too cold and you don't want that much air in, you can literally, like I sometimes just take a bit of a map and block off half of it or a little bit more. And if it's not sticking, I'll just put some gaffer tape to hold it on, and it just limits the amount of airflow. A few hacks that we wanted to share, and if you have any, please let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, we'd love to hear some of your ideas.
We'd love to learn some more. You know, in filming this video, we've had some challenges. We're talking about winterizing. Well, when we started filming earlier, we're sitting here and suddenly these sprinklers popped out. The underground sprinkling system, which we didn't know existed here, popped up, and what was happening is the park operator was basically blowing all the water out of the lines to prepare it for winter so they don't have any lines freeze. So suddenly we had these sprinklers pop up spraying water, not on us but all around us.
Yeah, and also the camp operator started blowing away the weeds.
Yeah, blowing away the leaves. And so we're just trying to get this this video done. And then you may also hear a little bit of road noise behind us because the highway is just up a few hundred feet above us. And now as we're just starting to rain. Now it's just starting to rain. So hopefully this works.
So we hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, please be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. And we will see you next time.
And we'll see you next time. Let's get out of the rain. I'm just assuming because they saw us starting this video that they also they're turning a sprinkler on. It's fall and winter.
I guess this is going to be in our...
This will be bloopers.
Blooper reel.